Hot 97 Morning Show. We got to deal with something because a very serious deadline is approaching. March 31st. Okay, that is Monday. Is that Monday? Yeah, because our VH1 show airs on Monday.
Same day we premiere This Is Hot 97 on VH1, 10:30 p.m.
Right. So a very important friend of our station, a FOT, if you will, friend of the station, Metro Plus, Roger Milliner is with us today. How you doing, sir?
I'm doing well.
All right, so let me help the people who don't need to worry about what you're talking about. They are either fall into an exemption, right, as you were explaining to me off the air. They make below $12,000, or they're on Medicaid.
Right. Anybody who is eligible for Medicaid or Child Health Plus, they do not have to worry about the deadline. They can enroll at any point during the year. And usually that's determined based on your income and family size.
And also Native Americans.
Right. So there's different categories. The mandate only applies to certain people. So there's some category of people who are not subjected to the Affordable Care Act.
Government mandates.
Right.
All right.
So some of those type of exemption categories are anybody who's an American Indian, or they do not have to apply for health insurance because they were exempt. Anybody who's incarcerated does not have to apply for health insurance. For obvious reasons, they're incarcerated, they're getting their care through the prison system. Certain people don't have to file taxes because they make $12,000 or lower.
That's right.
So if you make $12,000 or lower, you're not required to file taxes. Thus, you do not have to.
Like when I was in college and I didn't make enough money, they was like, well, we really don't care what you're doing.
Keep your money.
Put that little exemption on and keep it moving.
Exactly.
So, boom, we got that out the way. Now, we live in a time because of what President Obama is trying to do with the healthcare system that if you do not enroll to have health care, you will be fined pretty much.
Correct. Now that it's a mandate that all individuals who are not eligible for an exemption are required to have health insurance as part of the Affordable Care Act legislation, the deadline is March 31st. The open enrollment period actually started October 1st, and it went from October 1st, 2013 to March 31st, 2014. It was an extended period of time for this first year, so they made it actually about 6 months long, giving people enough time to, see what they needed to do to get health insurance.
And, throw in there, just for the sake of the conversation, the website was acting up and, blah, 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 blah. But they've been on their promotion tour.
Oh, yes, they are letting people know.
I mean, Obama's been on Ellen.
Yep.
We've had Senator Booker up here 2 or 3 times.
Yeah, we had Valerie Jarrett from the Obama administration. Obama went on Funny or Die, did Between Two Ferns. They've been out there.
Yeah, so here's the deal. You need to get signed up. Roger Millner's here, and you have until Monday to get this done. If you don't, when you file your taxes and you try to get some money back, they're going to hit you up. Now, it's 1%. They'll hit you up for 1% of your annual income or $95.
Right. So a lot of people said, I'm not going to worry about getting insurance. I might even wait till next year to do it because the penalty is really small. It's only $95. But what the media and the news and some people fail to communicate is that it's $95 or 1% of your taxable income. So if you're somebody who earns, $60,000 a year, it's not going to be $95 for you. It's going to be 1% of $60,000, which is $600. And that's pretty steep. And it's not worth paying that penalty when you could actually see if you qualify for tax credits and subsidies because you probably won't even have to pay that in monthly premiums.
And I know there's these anti-Obamacare folks who are like, it's too expensive, it's too complicated, it's too this, it's too that. But I'm going to tell you what, as a tax-paying citizen, when you are out of work and on Medicaid or whatever, that's my tax dollars going to make sure you got health care and you're not, how do I say this politically correct, Rosenberg?
Are you about
sucking the life out of our tax system because you didn't want to go and take care of yourself?
I had a hunch that's where you were going.
Or all you did all the time was eat the wrong diet, and now all of a sudden you got gout or some sort of diabetes or something, and then my family members included who live off the system, right? I get tired of paying that. You could call that my conservative Republican side, but when I see my taxes keep going up and I'm busting my ass to work all the time, I like Obamacare because hopefully it'll get people focused on the fact that they need to take care of themselves.
Roger, what if I've never had health insurance before and I don't even know what insurance will be right for me? Is there someone who can guide me through that?
Sure. The beauty of the system now is that this portal, or the marketplace that they call it, some people call it the exchange, some people call it the marketplace. All it is a website that people go on to shop and compare for health insurance. So think of something like when you go to buy an airline ticket, you typically will go to Expedia or Priceline or one of these type of portals to see what the best airline ticket for you. That's what this is. You're going to put in certain information like your demographic information, household information, income, etc. And then choices are going to come up based on the information that you put in, and it'll list different health plans, what their networks are like, what benefits are being covered, and how much it costs you. So to get to your point, Ebro, the health insurance is very affordable because of the fact that they're going to give people tax credits as well as subsidies. So let me give you an example. If someone is earning, let's say they're a single individual, they're earning $22,000 a year, that puts them at 200% of the federal poverty level. Anybody at 400% of the federal poverty level or lower will be entitled to a form of a tax credit.
So they're going to get some money back.
Exactly. So let me walk you through it. If I'm earning $22,000 a year, I'm a single individual, I go online and I see 3 different health plans I like. One plan costs $900, the other one costs $600, and the other one costs $300 a year. Based on the fact that I earn $22,000 a year, I'm a single individual, my tax credit that I'm probably going to get is somewhere around $500 to $550 monthly.
That's right.
From the government. I can now take that $550 and apply it to any one of those 3 options that I like. So naturally, if I like option number 1, which is $900, you take $550 deducted from $900. That's how much you have to pay monthly. Me personally, I can't afford that, so I'm going to go to a less or a more affordable option. I might look at the $600 one.
Right.
Take $550 away from that. My monthly premium is $50 a month. That's cheaper than people's cell phone bills or their cable bill.
Right. Yeah. Now, here's the piece where people try to argue, because as we talk about this, and I got to log onto a site, and I got to compare some things, and I got to do some things. We live in a time where people have been allowed for several decades to be lazy, point the finger at other people, and the expectation that the government is going to be there for them, right, when they have issues. We are moving towards a time where if you do not take responsibility for your actions, your family, your health, you're going to get hit with a tax for that. Right. It's becoming too expensive socially for us to continue to take care and when I say us, me, somebody who pays taxes, to take care of you lazy MFers who don't want to do ish. I'm straight up and down, and you could call me a conservative if you want, but that's the world we living in. And until we start forcing people to take responsibility for drinking all that goddamn soda and eating all that goddamn fried food and putting rice on every goddamn meal, your health is going to become a problem, and you got to take responsibility for that. Sorry, I got a little sideways.
No,
I'm sorry.
Two things. I want to address that. I also want to get back to Laura's comment. People who don't feel comfortable doing this on their own at home on their computers on the website can seek out assistance from navigators or certified application counselors. Metro Plus has over 200 certified application counselors stationed all throughout the city in order to help people. They're stationed at hospitals, private doctors' offices, they're on RVs, they're in storefront offices. If you want to find a location where you can see a certified application counselor before the 31st, go onto our website at www.metroplus, which is METROPLUS.org. Or you can call our 1-800 number at 1-800-475-6378. That's 1-800-475-6378. Now, to your point, Ebro, the reason why they made it a mandate is because a lot of young people...
the government, Obama pushed for this. Okay, boom.
Correct.
A lot of people, go ahead.
In order to help fuel and subsidize, the cost of healthcare, because it's a very big chunk of what we spend our federal dollars on for healthcare, they had to bring more people into the mix who weren't necessarily participating in the healthcare system.
Because that drives the price down, because it's like buying in bulk.
Exactly. So think about car insurance. I'll use myself as an example. Every month I pay my monthly car insurance payment, but last year I didn't have an accident at all. So I'm a little pissed off because I'm saying I paid all this money.
I gave you $1,500,
right,
and now I got to pay a $500 deductible, but over the last year I gave you $1,500. Why I still got to pay $500?
Right, because my money went to help pay for those who do have accidents.
Exactly.
And just like when my turn comes around and I have an accident, the amount that I pay each month is not going to cost. It's not going to be enough to pay for, let's say, the damage to my car, because it's going to cost my car $4,000 to be repaired.
I get it.
It's the other people's contributions. That's the way insurance works. So they want to bring in more young invincibles. We hear this term all the time, young invincibles, because the younger people didn't necessarily contribute to the healthcare system in the past. They said, oh, I'm never going to get sick.
That's right.
I live free. I'll only deal with it if something ever happens to me. But now that it's a mandate and they have to contribute, their dollars is helping to go to help to pay for people with more costly healthcare needs, whether
That's
it's surgeries, accidents,
And that's why people don't necessarily like it, because we live in a society where people go, well, that ain't got nothing to do with me. Why? Well, it does have something to do with
What's
you.
your health got to do with me?
Exactly.
Sorry.
But it does have something to do with you, because there's going to come a time when you're going to need it as well. And that's part of being included in a society. But
I got a plan. I'm sorry.
what's your plan got to
pretty
do
good.
with me?
I got a plan.
well, if you have a plan
Not trying
already,
to hear that, Jay.
if you do have a plan already, you don't have to get insurance. This is only for those who have no insurance. So if you're already on Medicaid, you have Medicare, or you have insurance through your job, you're not required to do anything. You just keep doing what you're doing. You have insurance.
Yo, listen, Obamacare folks, and also Metro Plus, we're going to make a spoof song. We need to get clearance, because I hear Special K owns his masters and his publishing.
Positive K.
It's Positive K. We're gonna make that song, and it's gonna become the theme song for the Metro Plus commercials.
I got a plan.
I got a plan. What's your plan got to do with me?
Our tagline is, "What's your plan?" I like
What's
that.
your plan? They're perfect.
What's your plan got to
you
do
go.
I'm
with
not
me?
trying to hear that, see.
Sign up for Metro Plus.
Well, I can get my plan. Well, I can get a ragamuffin. Sorry, that's a different part.
Roger Milner's here. Metro
the
Plus
website?
is what he's repping. And what's your website and information?
Our website is www.metroplus.org, or you can call our 1-800-475-METRO, 1-800-475-6378. And there you can find out where there's certified application counselors available to assist you, as well as to learn more about the Affordable Care Act, our products, and what's covered.
I just got some details handed to me. Hot97.com/Metro Plus if you want some more info on that. Also, right now, you can win a trip to Florida. You could do all that, and they have a free ad campaign, something you guys are doing for small businesses.
Absolutely. Well, we didn't touch about that, but right now it is a mandate that individuals have health insurance, so
Okay.
it's required.
Okay.
However, small businesses, although it's not a mandate right now, it may be in the future where small businesses with 50 or fewer employees are going to have to offer health insurance. It's not a mandate now. However, small businesses can get tax benefits, tax credits, if they do offer insurance to their employees. So right after the open enrollment period ends, we're going to be focusing a lot on small businesses as well, because we want to make sure that they're aware of the tax benefits and breaks that they can get if they offer health insurance. So we are going to run a promotion with Hot 97 where small businesses who sign up and go onto the website, they can enter their chance to win a free ad campaign for
Love
their
it.
small business,
Okay.
as well as
Pretty good.
potentially win some trips
Very
and other
cool.
prizes.
And our very own Lisa Evers, shout to Fox 5, but our very own Lisa Evers, we had her first. Street Soldiers, first stop on the tour, April 26th, Brooklyn Borough Hall, 1 to 5. Hip hop and stereotypes are going to be having a conversation over there, but you guys are also going to be involved in coming out there and informing the people what's going on with Metro Plus.
Absolutely. I've already been on the Street Soldiers program
yeah.
A few weeks back, and we were talking about this topic. But yes, we're going to work with Lisa Evers for the next month or two, going out to various sites that she's going to be at with her program to also promote health insurance and the importance.
So after the deadline, March 31st comes around, I missed the deadline. I'm going to be penalized. I don't have an exemption. I missed the deadline. I'm pretty much guaranteed I'm going to be paying $95 or 1% of my when I file taxes.
Yes, but you should still at least go and seek assistance from one of our certified application counselors, because you never know. You may screen eligible for Medicaid, and this way you don't have to worry about it. You could do it at any point. Now that you brought that up, Ebro, it's another good point I forgot to mention. There's something called a special election period. So after March 31st, people who fit one of the special election scenarios, they can enroll at any time. Let me give you an example. If you birth a child, so the birth of a new child.
I got a child. I got a daughter.
Well, if you miss the deadline, that's okay. Your daughter can get health insurance because it's a qualifying event, the birth of a child. If you get married, that's a qualifying
Less
event.
likely.
Yeah, it's probably not
That's not
gonna
going to happen for me.
Not going to happen yet.
Okay. If you lose your employer-based coverage, let's say you're working.
That could happen.
That is possible.
That could
There you go.
happen.
So if
Talk
after
about it.
March 31st you lose your employer-based coverage, you can then apply for health insurance even after the 31st because that's a qualifying event. If you move from another state, from another service area into New York or whatever state that you're moving into, that's considered a qualifying event because you're moving into a new service area. So people should really seek assistance from the navigators and the certified application counselors because you never know. You may be exempt, you may be eligible for Medicaid or Child Plus, or you may fit one of these special enrollment periods.
His name is Roger Milliner. Once again, hot97.com/Metro Plus has all of this information for individuals. You can win a trip to Florida. For small businesses, you can win a free ad campaign by signing up for getting the medical coverage and ting like that. We appreciate your time.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.